was quiet, holding its breath. Your name was shaking in my chest. I tried to smile, I tried to stay calm, but I knew this wasn't a test. You looked away like you'd already gone, while I was still holding on. Every second felt unfinished, like a song fading before it's done. I wanted words that could make you stay, but silence spoke louder than me. Some loves don't break with anger or fire, they just slip away quietly. I'm a whisper between goodbye and forever, not brave enough, not letting go. Standing alone in broken weather, loving you more than I show. If you ever remember my heart, remember how hard I tried to stay. The clock kept ticking like it knew every moment was borrowed time. I memorized the shape of your voice, afraid I'd forget it over the night. Your hand slipped slowly out of mine, still warm with yesterday's truth. We didn't end in a single moment, we faded softly, me and you. Some endings don't scream or cry, they breathe and disappear. And even when you walk away, I'm still standing right here. I'm a whisper between goodbye and forever, caught in the words I never said, holding love that weighs like a feather, heavy inside my head. If I cross your mind someday, no, I never meant to walk away. Maybe in another lifetime I'd be stronger than my fear. I'd say your name without hesitation. I'd pull you closer, keep you near. If you hear my voice in the silence, it's just me learning to let you go. Some loves don't die in endings, they just ache forevermore. I was a whisper between goodbye and forever, a love that didn't know how to stay. Even now I still remember all the words that slipped away. If there's a place you think of me, let it be where we almost used to be. Between goodbye and forever. I loved you in the quiet, when no one else could see. Between the pauses in your laughter, you were everything to me. I learned your moods like seasons, your silence, your reply. I held my breath around your heart, afraid to ask you why. I never needed promises or words that shine too bright. I just wanted to be there in your shadows and your light. I loved you in the quiet, in the spaces you ignore. I stayed when it was easier to walk right out the door. If loving you was invisible, it was still the deepest sound. I loved you in the quiet when no one else was around. I watched you drift like morning fog, slowly leaving shore. You smiled like nothing's broken, while I broke a little more. I kept my pain folded neatly, like a letter never sent. I smiled through every goodbye, pretending that's what I meant. Some hearts don't beg or chase, they just wait and understand. I gave you all the space you needed, while I slowly lost my ground. I loved you in the quiet, in the moments left unsaid. I chose you every single day, inside my lonely head. If love is measured by the silence you're willing to endure, then I loved you in the quiet, honest, broken, pure. Maybe one day you'll hear this song and feel something you couldn't then. Not regret, just recognition of who I was back when. I never tried to own your heart or ask you to be mine. I just loved you without asking, and called that love divine. I loved you in the quiet, when the world was standing still. I loved you without permission, and maybe always will. If you remember me at all, let it be soft, let it be kind. I loved you in the quiet, and I left the noise behind. Still quiet, still yours.
The sky was low and heavy tonight, like you knew I'd say your name. The street light flickered, the world stood still. Nothing here feels the same. I stopped right where you used to stand, by the corner we called ours. The rain kept falling like it forgot you don't live here anymore. Every drop was a memory, hitting louder than the ground. I realize how empty love feels when you're no longer around. stand, soaking through my sleep. I reached for you out of habit, then remembered you don't reach back to me. If tears can fall from the sky, then mine don't feel so wrong. The rain fell where you used to stand, like you were gone all along. Your laughter still lives and echoes between the thunder and the cars. I talk to shadows like they're you, like distance hasn't gone this far. I kept your name inside my coat, like something warm to wear. But even memories get heavy when you carry them everywhere. Some places never move on, they just wait in the rain. And every step without you feels like learning loss again. The rain fell where you used to stand, running down my face. I told myself I'd be okay, but I couldn't leave this place. If love was only borrowed time, I paid it back in pain. The rain fell where you used to stand, calling out your name. Maybe you found shelter somewhere, somebody holding you tight. I hope the rain avoids your door and treats you better tonight. As for me, I'll stay right here where our shadows used to land, learning how to let you go while the rain takes your hand. The rain fell where you used to stand, and I finally understood I can't keep waiting in the storm for a love that never could. If I walk away tomorrow, no, I loved you when I ran. The rain fell where you used to stand, and I stood there as long as I can. Just rain now. And me. We were standing on the edge of something, close enough to call it real. Every look was almost honest, every touch was almost a deal. I learned your smile like a language, spoke it every night alone. You were never fully mine, but you were never just unknown. I felt your heart pull back and forth like it didn't know where to stay. I held on without asking why, afraid you'd walk away. I was almost yours, always mine, living in the in-between, loving you in borrowed moments, chasing what we couldn't be. If you ever doubt what we were, read the scars I left behind. I was almost yours, always mine. Made promises and half words, late night truths we didn't keep. I stayed awake guarding your name while you were learning how to sleep. I played it cool, I played it quiet, like my heart wasn't on the line. But loving you felt permanent, even when the timing wasn't kind. Some loves don't ask for certainty, they just hope and wait. I gave you all the patience I had, even when it came too late. I was almost yours, always mine, a secret I couldn't defend. You held my hand in daylight, but left me alone in the end. If loving you was a mistake, it was one I'd still define. I was almost yours, always mine. Maybe I should have walked away when I felt the ground give in, but you felt like home to me even when I couldn't move in. If you ever wonder where I went or why I disappeared, I stayed until there was nothing left but a heart full of years. I was almost yours, always mine, a chapter without a name. You moved on like it was nothing, I stayed learning how to change. If there's a version of us somewhere where the stars finally align, I was almost yours, but you were always mine, always mine. Even now, the lights were low, the music played like nothing here was wrong. We laughed too loud, we stayed too late, pretending we were strong. Your smile cracked just for a second, then vanished in the dark. I saw the truth behind your eyes, still I missed the mark. We danced around the obvious, like pain was just a joke. Every word was carefully chosen, so nothing real was spoke. It was the night we pretended not to hurt, wore our lies like second skin, held each other just enough to not let the truth get in. If love was bleeding quietly, we called it being fine. It was the night we pretended not to hurt and crossed another line. The clock kept ticking like it knew this wasn't meant to last. We talked about tomorrow like the past was in the past. Your hand was warm inside of mine, but distant all the same. We shared a room, a moment, not the courage to say your name. Some truths are sharp as broken glass, you learn to look away. We smile through the damage and swore we'd be okay. It was the night we pretended not to hurt. Let silence fill the space. I memorized the shape of you like I'd need it just in case. If hearts could lie to save themselves, ours did it just fine. It was the night we pretended not to hurt and left the worst behind. Maybe if we'd said it out loud, everything would have changed. But fear can sound like comfort when the truth feels too unsaid. I still wonder in the quiet if you felt it too, that ache we hid in laughter, me and you. It was the night we pretended not to hurt. Now it hurts to remember when we survived the moment perfectly, but lost what might have been. If loving you meant losing you, then I understand the sign. It was the night we pretended not to hurt and said goodbye without goodbye. No tears that night, just later.
The room is quiet after midnight, the kind that makes you think too much. I hear your name in passing thoughts, in every almost touch. I folded all our memories into corners of my mind. I try to live without them, but they wake me every time. I told myself I'd let you go, like that was something I could choose. But some names don't fade in silence, they just learn how to bruise. Your name still sleeps in my heart, even when I'm wide awake. I don't call it, I don't say it, but it's there in every. If love is something you outgrow, mine forgot the start. Your name still sleeps in my heart. You're past the places we once knew, they pretend they've moved on too, but every corner says your name, like it always used to do. I smile at strangers, hold my ground, play the part I learned to play. But every night when I lay down, you find a way to stay. Some feelings don't demand attention, they just wait in line. They don't shout, they don't disappear, they just keep time. Your name still sleeps in my heart, like a song without a sound. I don't look for you anymore, but I know where you're found. If healing means forgetting you, I'm not that smart. Your name still sleeps in my heart. Maybe one day it won't hurt this way. It'll feel like something warm, a memory without the weight.
like a truth I never said. Some names don't haunt the living, they just lie in bed. Your name still sleeps in my heart through the distance and the years. It's not regret, it's not hope, just something close to tears. If loving you was all I knew, then I played my part. Your name still sleeps in my heart, still sleeping, still there. The house breathes differently now. Every step is too loud. Your absence fills the corners like echoes that won't bow. I turn the radio down low so silence can speak first. It knows exactly how I feel, it knows exactly where it hurts. I thought time would dull the edges, make your memory fade, but time just taught me new ways to hear your name replay. If missing you had a sound, it'd be a slow breaking tone. Not a scream, not a whisper, just a note I can't outrun. Every night when the world sleeps, that sound comes back around. If missing you had a sound, it'd be the one I found. I still reach for your side of the bed, like muscle memory lies. Your laughter lives in old songs, hiding in the lines. I walk through days on autopilot, smiling when I should, but my heart plays one sad melody over and over, misunderstood. But some loves don't end in silence, they hum beneath the skin. They follow you in empty rooms long after they've been. If missing you had a sound, it'd fall between the keys, a note that never resolves, begging for release. I'd play it just to feel you close, even if it drowned. If missing you had a sound, it's the one that pulls me down. Maybe one day I'll learn the rhythm of a life that doesn't ache, but right now every quiet moment is a record on repeat. If love is just a memory, then memory is loud. It doesn't need a voice at all, it knows me inside out. If missing you had a sound, it'd be soft but never gone. It'd follow me through daylight and stay all night long. If healing means learning silence, I haven't figured out. If missing you had a sound, it'd be me calling you. No word
just sound. The night didn't end all at once. It loosened its hold on the sky. We sat in the quiet between us, watching the darkness die. Your hand was warm in the half-light, mine already letting go. We knew what the morning was bringing, but we stayed slow. Sharp enough to cut us, no tears brave enough to fall, just a truth arriving gently, like light on the wall. We broke slowly like dawn, not sudden, not loud. Love faded into the morning, right in front of us. If endings can be beautiful, this one was drawn. We broke slowly like dawn. The stars slipped out one by one, like promises losing their place. I trace the tired lines of your face, trying to memorize grace. We talked about nothing important, like it could stop the sun. But every minute was pulling us toward what we become. Some goodbyes don't close the door, they leave it standing wide. You don't feel the loss all at once, it just spreads inside. We broke slowly like dawn, with the world waking up. I held on to what was left of us until it wasn't enough. If love has a quiet ending, ours went on. We broke slowly like dawn. Maybe night was kinder to us, hiding the cracks in our skin. Morning showed us everything we were afraid to let in. still see your face in the sunrise. Every time I'm alone, some loves don't end in darkness, they end when the light has grown. We broke slowly like dawn as the shadows withdrew. I watched our forever turn into something we outgrew. If I ever learn how to let go, it won't be wrong. We broke slowly like dawn, just light now and distance. We met like the wind through an open door, spark that burned but never knew the floor. I held you close, but the moment slipped away. A love that never learned to stay. Your laughter danced like it didn't care, and I chased shadows, always aware. Every time I thought I found a place, you'd vanish softly, leaving empty space. I whispered promises I couldn't keep, I counted dreams I couldn't hold. Some loves aren't built for forever, they're just stories left untold. A love that never learned to stay, feel like leaves in the rain. I loved you every fleeting day, even through the pain. If hearts could learn to linger, ours would have found a way. But it's a love that never learned to stay. We carved our names in hidden walls, moments caught before they fall. I smiled through lies we didn't say, trying to keep the dark away. You were here, but never quite, a shadow dancing with the light. I wanted more than fatal hour, but some loves break without a sound. I traced your face in morning glow, hoping time would bend, but even hope can't always stay when hearts refuse to mend. A love that never learned to stay, slipped like sand through hands. I carried pieces of you each day in places
no one understands. If love was meant to linger, ours would have found its way. But it's a love that never learned to stay. Maybe in another life we'd have known how to be. I'd hold your hand without fear, and you'd stay here with me. Until then, I'll watch the world and feel your absence in the rain. Some loves are meant to vanish, leaving lessons and the pain. A love that never learned to stay faded with the dawn. I loved you more than words could say, even when you were gone. If hearts could rewrite the story, we'd have found a way. But it's a love that never learned to stay. Never stay. Never mind. I don't say the words you need to hear. I just sit beside you in the dark. Your eyes ask questions I can't speak, so I answer with my heart. I trace your shadow with my hand, feel the weight of all we share. No need for speeches or loud declarations. Silence knows how much I care. Every touch, every pause, every glance that lingers there, I'm saying everything I can't through the quiet in the air. Silence knows how much I care. Even when my lips stay still, I'll hold your heart without a word and love you through your will. If speaking love can sometimes fail, then let the silence be our prayer. Silence knows how much I care. The world keeps rushing full of noise, but we sit here like we own the night. I let the calm between us speak, because it's stronger than my fright. Your hand finds mine without asking, and I don't need to say a thing. Some feelings are louder than sound, and silence carries everything. Every heartbeat, every sigh, every pause we breathe in there says I'm yours without a claim, and I'll always be aware. through the storms, through the night. If love is quiet, patient, true, it doesn't need to glare. Silence knows how much I care. Maybe one day I'll speak it out loud, but until then, let it remain. The comfort of the quiet moments is where I'll keep my claim. Even when the world moves on, even when we're far apart, the silence holds what I can't show. It keeps you in my heart. Silence knows how much I care. It's in every breath I take. I'll love you softly, endlessly, for every quiet stake. If words can falter or disappear, let our hearts declare. Silence knows how much I care. Still, I care.